Welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on a Saturday, talking a little real estate. Busy week. As you know, it's fall season is coming. It's hard to believe. Really is hard to believe. I was out the other day and just the weather in the evening, you can probably sense it. If it's not your allergies that's bothering you, it's that time. It's East Tennessee. I mean, it's like it or love the allergies. It's here. So I know a lot of employees I've got are battling that. So we have to work through it, but it's a great time. It's a great time of year and a whole lot of things going on in the real estate market, as you might imagine. We've got a great show for you. I figured with the inflation of our market, everybody's, charging more than we need to have. I said, why don't we have a show about how you can save a little money? How you can save some money on your real estate. We can talk about how going forward next year, your payment may be lower. You may have not even thought to do this. And it's there's some tips on when you're buying this year or not. We're going to talk about how to get rid of your mortgage insurance. That's good. So Ryan, try to save me some money. If you're going to be on the radio, put some more money in my pocket as we go into the holidays. So I think this will be a really good show for you guys. We'll talk about how we can get rid of mortgage insurance. Whether you're selling or not, we're going to talk about how you can save some more money, get rid of that mortgage insurance if you've been there a while, or what to do if you purchase a home. Maybe you don't have the 20%. We'll talk about what you need to do and how to plan to put more money as you go into 2023. It's hard to say that. 2023. This year has just really gone by, guys. I hope all you are doing well. So glad to be with you every week. I say I'm on the radio. I always say, hey, it's like family out there. I know I talk to the air, but it's family, man. It's family. I really enjoy being with you guys, doing these shows every week, talking a little real estate. And if you're tuning in for the first time, you say, who's this guy? What's this guy on here doing talking real estate? My name's Ryan Coleman, Hometown Realty owner, founder, and we do this little show called Real Estate with Ryan every Saturday. We talk about the East Tennessee market, what's going on, what to do, what not to do, where is the market going? Are the rates going up, going down? How's my value? And just overall good fun. Real estate's always fun. We don't talk any politics. There's enough of that on the news and so much there. You don't want to hear that here. This is a fun station. And so we always like to have fun with you guys. But as always, we can't do without you. Thanks so much for the support. I can't tell you how many people that we've talked to, clients that have heard us on the radio, been doing this for going on about 5 or 6 years. And it's kind of hard to imagine that we've done it that long. I think we got an anniversary coming up. I'll get my lovely wife, April, in here on that, and we can talk about that. But going on 5 years, maybe on 6. And it's been fun. It's always eventful. If you guys could ever see behind the scenes, one time I told Nick, I said, I'm going to get a show behind the scenes. And some of my team is you've seen some clips on social media of kind of what we do, or a little behind the scenes of some things that we've been doing with the Vols and, Tennessee and things like that. But I don't know if everybody's really seen what it takes to put these shows together. So we're thinking as we go into the holidays, we might do a little behind the scenes. So if you're ever thinking about inventing, kind of going out on your own, doing your own business, maybe podcasts are big, we'll give you some hints of kind of what to do and kind of what we do. It works for us. Not a whole lot of prep in these shows, believe it or not. A lot of it takes, just kind of a topic and we run with it, and been doing it 23 years. We can sit here and, as my wife says, you can talk, honey. So we talk to you guys. A lot of news going on. Rates just changed a little bit. What to expect with that. So a lot of people in the market, if you're thinking about buying or selling, a little bit nervous with the market, a lot of nervous. Inflation. It's election year, guys. It's election year. A lot of politics going on, a lot of maneuvering. Best thing we can do moving forward is this, know that the inventory in East Tennessee is still at record lows. We're at 3,800 homes in the market. It's still really low. The markets went from being extremely hot on fire to cooling down a little bit, maybe a little warm. Sellers and buyers have to understand we're in a different market. Had a chance to kind of speak with an agent the other day, and we're working on a deal that's about to go under contract. And I told the young lady, it was a conversation, and I said, isn't it nice that your client can come look at the property and then actually make it back the weekend to look at it again? She said, Ryan, it really is. It really is. So I think the market as a whole It's good for a lot of different people. In the first part of the year, we were talking about this. The biggest challenge that we were running into is we just couldn't find that inventory to replace. And, a lot of people were not putting the homes in the market. Ryan, I've got nowhere to go. I want to put my house in the market. I want to downsize. But A, everything that's out there is just extremely overpriced. And then B, where am I going to go? There's nothing affordable. So I think we're not seeing a drop where it's, of course, you listen to a lot of people. Everybody has their opinion. But if numbers in the past are going to tell us performance. So we're going to look back in our history. And I was telling some clients that are moving into the area that back during the bust season, back in 2008 market, probably 2000, all the way to 2013, 2014, in that range, you watched across the country and some of the areas that are extremely strong, like Florida, California, Texas, Arizona, those areas would go up to 30 to 32% in 1 year. And then they would dramatically correct, as you're seeing across the country, just like that. We're pretty gradual. Now, we've got a lot of things that are abnormal in the market, right? Since June, we're seeing a lot of things changing rapidly. And as I mentioned in a couple of shows before, July was the worst July we've seen since 81. So that was kind of astonishing. But just because you hear that, understand the market that we're in. There's just a lot of political things going on. And anytime you make corrections to the market that rapidly, we're going to see the market or consumers contract. They're going to pull back. I mean, what's the first thing we're thinking? Hey, Ryan, I'm putting my house on the market. The stock market's going off the deep end. There's no food left. And, by the way, we're battling monkeypox. Got to laugh. I mean, it's not funny, but it's, you got to throw some humor in. It's just, we have, as East Tennesseans, we've had a lot of things thrown at us, as a lot of people across the country. So you add all those factors in, big purchases like cars, houses and things like that, you're going to see where the rates go up, several $100s to your payment, you're going to see a pullback. And I think that's normal. Right? Isn't that normal, guys? If we see that goes on in the market, we're going to step back and say, hey, Ryan, I'm just going to put my plans on hold. But what we've seen in our office, and then what I plan on us seeing all throughout the rest of the year, we're going to be just fine. East Tennessee, with the amount of people that I have coming through our office and across that are relocating throughout the area is very, very strong. I really think that this market moving forward is a great opportunity to buy and sell in the marketplace. I expect next year, as we go into the spring, to be in a different marketplace. So, people that are putting their houses on the market or thinking about buying or selling, I really encourage the fall market. We have the Smoky Mountains in the area, which is one of the strongest parks across the whole country, the amount of people that come through there. And as an investor, what's great about the Smokies? So much. There's so much growth and money being put out there that the cabin market or investment market is one of the best in the country. And so you take that plus everything that's going economically, and we talk about Amazon relocating in the area and so many other great jobs and employment coming in, no state taxes, got our falls, got great real estate, lakes, great schools. There's just so much going on that what makes this area, and what's the biggest thing that everybody looks for, guys? You're in the real estate market. Even if you're not in the real estate market, what do they say? Real estate's what? It's location, location, location. We got really sensible government around here, good schools, and we got great people. It's East Tennessee, man. So I think we're just going to be fine, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to, things as a seller are different than where we are in March. Why we do this show every week? You know why we do this show? So we can get the word out to you guys that you need a great agent in your corner. And we always love to interview for the job. We hope you take these tips, any kind of information that's going on, and the 30 minutes that we're on the air, hopefully you get a sense of how we operate and how we help. And we're always here to help, whether you're selling now or 2 years from now, And I think a lot of people this year have taken advantage of some things that we've started. And I'm going to tell you again that would be helpful, whether you're now or down the road. Make sure you write our number down. And this is a new service that I've come out with. It can text your home's evaluation, even if you're not ready to call me out. Number is 865-290-2290. 865-290-2290. 290. It's an easy service exclusively for my office here at Hometown Realty, providing it to you, the consumer. You want to know today's value? It's going to give it to you right now because the market's changing. It's what you need to know. If you're thinking about selling, you need some numbers. Next step, get us out to the office, out to the property. Let us look at it, real estate's location, and give you any tips we can help you in the process. Now, we're going to the break. We're talking about how to save money on PMI when we come back.
Success is achieved on the practice field. This is where I perfect my craft. It's hours of preparation to ensure that I am game ready.
Real estate's no different. It takes preparation and a solid game plan to achieve the best results.
Whether you're watching a game
or buying or selling a home, trust your hometown experts.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. The real estate market's changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you. Back at it, Real Estate with Ryan. Thank you for staying tuned. Enjoy being with you guys. Lightning round over here in the studio. I've got my daughter's got a karate rehearsal. I said, Nick, we're going through it quick today. We're flying through it. I got to go watch her. She's working for her blue belt. My little young baby. I was watching her yesterday. She was doing kicks and learning those moves. She had about 10 of them or 8 or 10 of them. 8 of them she had to learn. She lost daddy on the second or third one. I just said, I'm going to sit down and watch. I could do it. But before we get going, hey, thank you for tuning in. If you catch us on the second half, we've got a good show for you. We're talking about PMI, how to save some money on your home. Even if you're not purchased and you want to listen to this show, we're going to talk about how we can get rid of that mortgage insurance off your home, drop your monthly payment, and hopefully these helpful tips will help you as we go into 2023 right around the corner. All right, let's do our vol update. You guys, all right, drum roll, please. Let's do it. All right, we got a vol update. You know our vols are on fire. Great win last week. We got Hendon Hooker, great friend out there, doing an awesome job. SEC Offensive Player of the Week. Game time is 7 p.m. in Akron. Vols are currently ranked number 15. If you want to watch the Vols or go in person, it's SEC Network and ESPN. So we're going to the game. Hope to see you there at the game. If you see us, say hi. And you guys get your orange on and go Vols. Okay, that is my Vol update. Lightning round. Okay, let's talk about PMI. How can we get that away? What is PMI anyway, Ryan? So PMI is added to your mortgage. It's when you don't put down 20%. So let's just say, round numbers, $100,000 house, 20% is what? $20,000. The lenders put PMI into a loan for the main purpose of mitigating risk. So 20% down, borrower puts that down into a property. The bank's in a great position. There's less leverage for the bank. And, it's in a better position for the bank's assets and on the books. But sometimes in today's market, not everybody has 20%. Maybe you're coming from another home, didn't get exactly 20%. What do? Well, you still purchase in today's market, but you got an opportunity to get rid of the PMI. And we're going to talk about that as well. Now, you're depending on your PMI. There's a lot of factors that go into that. What is your rate? The PMI can cost anywhere from 0.19 to 1.86% of your loan balance. So that could be quite a bit of money. And of course, it protects the lender. It's not for you. And it is different than insurance. And how do we get rid of it? So let's say we purchased a property, and as the real estate values have gone in the last couple of years, they've gone up considerably. We have an opportunity to go back to the lender and get rid of the mortgage insurance. So if my typical payment was, let's just use round numbers, it's $1,000, Ryan. My payment's $1,000, but your private mortgage insurance might be as much as $200. Okay. By getting rid of that insurance, that's going to save us $200 a month and free up some extra money with everything costing so much. So you can see why we want to do it. Now, You don't have to refinance to do that. It's a simple way to do it. Okay, we're going to talk about it. So we know that PMI will not really help us, so we want to get rid of it. The PMI, as we said, it benefits the lender. Basically, it's there that if you don't pay, that old saying, they take it. And then if they take the home, unfortunately, that private mortgage insurance is forced place insurance to protect the lender from default. But once you have such a great value of 80% or less, some of them say, some lenders like to have it at 78%, then you can request to have that removed. A lot of lenders require a new appraisal. So you have that opportunity to contact your lender and get that below 80%, order a new appraisal. If you guys need an appraiser, we have a list of appraisers, and we can give those to you at no charge. Just something we could do for you. So if you're thinking about getting a new appraisal, you want to check with your lender the first thing you want to do and make sure that your appraiser is on that list. You want to get a new appraisal. It'll cost you approximately, depends if they want a full report or not, but we'll say $250 to $450, depending on the size. The bigger the house, if you got one of those big mansions, then it may cost a little bit more cash, but it'll be well worth it, right? Because of the price range and the payment that's going to go down. And all you have to do is reach out to your lender, see the requirements for that, submit the new appraisal, and they're going to submit that, do your loan to balance, and they're going to remove your mortgage insurance. So now one thing, very, very important. A lot of times we were selling clients' homes. We in the process of moving, and we said, Ryan, I've got 18%, I got 15%. I want to come back in a couple months and refinance it. Two big things that are very, very important when you're purchasing a home this year. And even if you're not, this tip will be able to help you. So when you're purchasing a home, there's something that the lender can do is called a recapitalization of it. Called a recasting of the loan is what the lenders use it. So the recasting of a loan allows you to stop from doing a refinance. And we're doing a lot of transactions right now. I just sold one out in Nashville, believe it or not. And the property in Nashville, they're selling their property. And guess what? They're doing a 95% conventional. But their house has to sell. They know it's going to sell fairly quickly. So they'll go ahead and close with the conventional loan. Well, the recasting allows us to come back to that conventional loan at 95%. And let's say we have another 45% to put down. Now they'll do a whole recasting of that loan. Your payment will drop, and also have an opportunity at that time, your PMI will drop as well. One thing that was very, very important, if you're planning on doing that, make sure your agent's advising you on this. Sometimes lenders like Fannie Mae, they'll have something called a seasoning requirement. So before you make that big purchase and you're selling your property, check with me if I can help you any way I can, or check with your lender. Now, one thing that when you check with your lender, make sure that they don't sell the loan at closing, because then they're not going to control the servicing. And that's a big, big issue, because if you're planning on making a move like that, you're going to take 45% from your house that's selling. And then 2 months later down the road, it's sent to Wells Fargo. And they say, well, we don't do that, Mr. Coleman. We can't help you. Well, now you're stuck with a large, large payment. And then you got to refinance. And then there's at least 2 to 3% of your loan balance that you're going to pay in new closing cost and new title work. So these are all really important things that you need to know. Some of our local banks, our credit unions, they'll do these deals very easily without the seasoning requirements, as long as the appraisal is on a lender list that's approved. As long as the appraiser's on a list that makes sense, they're going to redo it for you. So these are really good things that I think, kind of refinancing your loan. We'll get into that as we talk more about that as well. So first thing we talked about in the second half is getting rid of the PMI. And you can do that without refinancing, right? And just by getting a new appraisal. Now, we would love to do a market evaluation for you. You can use our service to help you. If you get an idea, see if you're close to that 80%, feel free to call my office. Be glad to give you kind of a ballpark opinion of what the price is, and that will help you decide if you need to refinance. Also, what if you're thinking about selling? Maybe refinance doesn't make sense, especially with the rates where they're at. Maybe you want to purchase. We can talk about all that. But then if you want to stay in your home, and I don't want to sell it, Ryan, we've got an opportunity to refinance that. Now, there's a couple of loans out there that are very, very popular, and that's your government loans like FHA and VA. And so if you ever were to refinance, which would get rid of the mortgage insurance, there are streamline opportunities out there. And so you could streamline without paying all those closing costs and just change the rate. Now, maybe the rate's a little bit higher, but you could do an ARM or you could do a 15-year. But the mortgage insurance, as we talked about in the beginning part of the program, could almost be 2% of your loan amount. And sometimes that's tied to credit scores at the time that they pull it. So these are opportunities from refinancing to getting a new appraisal to save some money on your mortgage insurance, save some extra cash as we go into the holidays, and kind of help you out. I thought it'd be a good show. Talk about private mortgage insurance. Sometimes you have to have it to close on it. Some guys, you may already have this on your loan. You've been paying it for years, and you just never thought a way to get rid of it. As always, if you ever need any help and anything that we can do for you, it's the easiest call, the best number in real estate. It's 865-693-SOLD. That's 865-693-SOLD. You call me anytime, or you visit me on my website. It's ryancoleman.org. It's easy. That's all you have to do is give us a buzz. We've got a big week. Got the Vols playing today. Hope everybody goes out, has their orange. As you know, we're a proud sponsor of the Vols. We love our Vols. And if we could help you anything in real estate, we've got your back. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for listening us. And thanks for tuning in for our shows and our giveaways. We look forward to seeing you next week.